Kings and queens. That's right. We all just wanna be seen. We're all beautiful kings and queens. We all just wanna be seen. We're all beautiful kings and queens. Hello and welcome to Tea Talk 101. I'm your host, Kennedy Monroe. Welcome to 2021. We're back coming to you every Thursday right here on wherever you listen to your podcast. And just know that you are loved, you're valid, and you're beautiful. And welcome to 2021. And of course, we're having our fabulous Trans Thursdays. That's right, Trans Thursdays with Tea Talk 101. So every week, a new episode will launch on Thursdays. And of course, Tea Talk 101 is originally, stands for Trans Talk 101. But if you're not trans, don't worry about that. It's okay. Trans Talk, Tea Talk 101 is for everyone. So, thank you for joining us. Of course, I'm your host, Kennedy Monroe. I've been doing this podcast for a long time. It was on hiatus. I brought it back last year, and a lot of people loved it. So we're going to continue it into 2021. We're going to talk about entertainment. We're going to talk about serious stuff. We're going to talk about whatever it is that relates to trans LGBTQIA plus community, but also entertainment. What's on TV? What are we watching? What are we loving? What am I loving? And I hope you tune in every Thursday. So please hit the subscribe button to wherever you listen to your podcast, and subscribe to Tea Talk 101. And after this episode, please leave a comment, rate it, let us know how we're doing. Follow us wherever we are, but make sure you can catch me on Twitter, you can catch me on Facebook and TikTok under Kennedy Monroe, or you can follow me on Instagram under just Kennedy. All the information will be in the description of this video. But welcome, and this podcast, not this video. I'm thinking I'm doing a video. Well, I am doing a video. You can check this video out on YouTube as well. Wherever you listen, you can listen to it, or you can watch the video on my YouTube channel. And you can find me on YouTube at Kennedy. Same thing. YouTube.com/user/user Kennedy. That's it. I'm so simple. It's easy to find me. Well, anyway, I thought that we could start off 2021 with what happened this past Friday with the debut of season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I know a lot of trans people do not like RuPaul's Drag Race. I get it. I have my issues with RuPaul's Drag Race as well. So, for Miss Bitter Betty, trust me, I'm with you on everything you say. I know you may not be listening to this, but I just want you to know I'm with you on everything you say. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race not for RuPaul. I watch it for the girls. And a lot of times it's people on the show that I've known for a while or I'm a fan of, so it's fun to watch them on TV. Of course, who would not want to be on a competition? I mean, I would love to be on a competition show like that. And so this season 13, we have some fabulous queens. I'm going to tell you in a little bit some of my favorite queens of the first episode. And we'll run down so a recap of what happened. But also, spoiler alert, we will be saying some things that happened. So if you have not watched RuPaul's Drag Race, stop right here, stop listening, move on, and come back later after you've watched the episode. But I feel like RuPaul has to change with the times, and a lot of us trans girls have been saying that he needs to change. He needs to be more inclusive, because you got the Boulet brothers who are using drag and cis female performers in their competition, and RuPaul still using cis men to do drag in his competition. And season 13, he did bring a trans person on the show, which is GotMikk. GotMikk is a trans male. He identifies as he, and but he's an entertainer as a female. So a lot of things is that everybody thinks, oh, it's so great that a trans person is on RuPaul's Drag Race. But the reality is GotMikk lives as a man. So he's just like the cis
competitors on the show, he's competing just the same way. He has to transform into a woman. Whereas a lot of trans women are saying, why are we not seeing trans women in RuPaul's Drag Race? A lot of people say, oh, because trans women really don't transition. Excuse me, hold up. If you ever see me in daytime with no makeup on, and then you see me get glammed up for the stage to perform, all those sort of things, you would see that trans women have to work just as hard as the cis men we perform next to, just like the drag kings, the cis women, all those sort of things. It takes time to do drag. Drag is not just about changing genders. Drag is about creating a fantasy, becoming something more than you are. Half the time, the stuff I do on my makeup videos, on drag, on my performances, on my shows when I perform here in Houston, most of the shows I do are an illusion show. I do illusions of celebrities. So I have to embody a celebrity like Kelly Clarkson, Adele, whoever I'm doing, I have to embody it. That is drag. That is drag. Drag is layers. Um, Putting on a costume for a cosplay event is drag. It's drag. So when we when we exclude trans women from the narrative, we are hindering so many stereotypes that go on and why trans women are murdered every day. So trans women, I will just say this. Majority of the girls on the show have been influenced or inspired or been mentored by a trans woman. I guarantee you that. Look at Kamala Hall. Look at last year's winner, Jada Essence Hall. Both those girls have a drag mother who is no longer with us, Taj Mahal, who was a trans performer. I love Taj Mahal. I got to work with her when I lived in Chicago. I got to be around Taj Mahal. Amazing, amazing entertainer, amazing person, amazing human being. And she was a trans entertainer, a trans showgirl. If you go to Chicago, so many trans girls work at the Baton, work at the I mean, you got Mimi Marks, you got Erica Andrews, you got some of the best showgirls in the business are trans women. And a lot of those girls on the show have been inspired or influenced by a trans woman. I mean, look at Roxy Andrews. Her drag mother was Erica Andrews, one of the most famous trans women entertainers of our time. So for me, if it wasn't for trans women, I would not be where I am today. Trans women have molded me, have sculpted me, have groomed me, have made me a better human being. And I'm so proud that I get to be around trans women all the time. In my cat on the cast that I am here in Houston when the pandemic is over, before the pandemic, our whole show was trans women. We did illusions, but we were all trans women. It's the first show in Houston that was all trans cast. And it was fabulous. It was fun. It was lovely. It was just wonderful. And no one treated us any different because we were trans. And we put on a show just like anybody else. And it is amazing. And I know so many trans men who do drag too, who are amazing entertainers. And we need to see that on shows like RuPaul's Drag Race. We need to see it embodied. And what I love about GotMilk I said got milk. GotMikk is that he's a trans man who, as he said on his opening walk-in, is that he was born a female, transitioned into a male, and now dresses up as a female for money. So he's got it all, but he's creative and he's wonderful, and that what makes his drag beautiful, and it will touch so many people to see that. I mean, like my husband, for the first time last year, dived into drag. He is a trans man too, but he likes to do the feminine stuff like got milk, Mick, like got milk. Why can't I think that? I know he said it in one of his interviews that everybody gets him mistaken for got milk, but got milk. My husband likes doing bearded drag. His name is Peaches Monroe. Loves to do bearded drag. He's still new at it. And the pandemic hit and he couldn't do anymore and experiment anymore. But I know once everything goes back to normal or close to normal, he will get to do his drag. And I think people like Gottmik will inspire him to keep doing what he's doing as a trans man who's not just doing drag as a man, but doing drag as a female of some sort, an entertainer. And I think that's special, and I think that's what's special about drag. Drag does not have to be male, female. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. Sorry for my language, but it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. So, um, I think RuPaul is moving forward, but not fast enough. And people like Bitter Betty, who I love to death, Sarah Andrews, who um, uh, has a wig company. A lot of her wigs are on the show. Um, you know, I get it. I get it. I get it because we come from that era where so many trans women created so many of the most memorable and glamorous um, trans families. The heads of trans families are trans women, and trans women should be respected on a show like that. And I think one day we will see it. I just don't know how fast we're going to see it. But of course, a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of trans women that were on the show. They weren't trans. They've always been trans. We're always trans, but they never really identified as trans until they left the show. Peppermint is the first person to be actually on the show that identified as trans on the show. But you got to look at her. She did a lot of playing with the cards just to get on TV that way. Okay? We need change, and we need change with RuPaul's Drag Race. We need change with media on trans women. We need people to see us as just normal human beings. So we're gonna dive into uh season 13, episode one's episode, which was called Pork Chop. You got the pork chop, and basically all they had six lip sync for your life battles, and it was girl against girl all the way up till the last lip sync, and it was three girls, and only one got sent home. They well, not sent home. They got pork chopped, which means they got sent to a loading dock area with pictures of all the girls that left on episode one. And so it's playing with their heads, it's playing with the game, and they don't know what to do. And they're just like, oh my God, I just got here and I have to lip sync. I thought that was fabulous watching people under pressure having to lip sync to a song. Yes, they were pre told that they had to lip sync eventually, but a lot of times you don't think you're going to go and lip sync. And it was fabulous to watch them perform. Some of my favorite girls and lip syncs was Simone. Simone against uh, Missy Mon was amazing. Missy Mon was giving you just drag. Tanisha Amon was just like giving you drag, drag, drag. And then she was doing like the full Janet Jackson moves. And then there's just something about Simone that just is so special to me in the sense that she's just so charismatic and beautiful, and just watching her personality, and then just watching Untucked and hear her talk about how drag saved her life. And for me, drag saved my life. Drag was the first place that made me see who I was, and it made me just know that there's people like me. And it's so good to watch someone like Simone talk about how drag saved her life. That the character of Simone is someone she's um, really close with and admires and helped save her life. And there's some other girls. I like Candy Muse part. She's the former House of Aja. I really like her. I just like because she's a little spunky. She's a little fabulous. I loved Aja. So I get that New York love vibe, whatever's going on. One of the girls that got the pork chop that I really liked was Denali. I want to see Denali. I want to see where she goes. Um, Kimora Hall. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about Kimora Hall. I don't know Kimora Hall. I know her. I know her drag mom. I don't know her. I don't know. I felt like she was just a little snooty, and maybe that will change, or maybe it's just whatever. We all have our opinions of people, and she just I just didn't feel something from her on this episode, so I'm hoping I, I'll get to see more and feel her and grow with her. GotMikk, of course, loved GotMikk. I just loved how outgoing he was, how fun he was, and being a makeup artist, a celebrity makeup artist, and watching him actually spontaneously have to lip sync for his life was so amazing. So I love GotMikk. GotMikk, of course, did not get the pork chop. And let's see who else did I like that episode. I mean, I really there was not really any girls that I really just was like, "Ugh, I don't like them." I just loved it. I loved Tani Missy Mon's story of having cancer, being cast on season 12, and finding out 2 days before she got, I mean, 2 days after she got cast, that she would have to start radiation and that she was not going to be able to be on season 12. So she's back for season 13 and she didn't win her lip sync. And so she got pork chopped and she's kind of upset. So I can't wait to see what happens on the next episode. Like, how does it play out? To Is it like two groups and they're like in groups and they compete against each other and that kind of thing? That's why I think it's going. I'm not sure, but that's my thought, being that I've watched RuPaul's Drag Race since season one, and talking to some of the girls that have been on Drag Race, about how things work. So I think that's what it is. So Candy Muse, I'm really looking out for Candy Muse. I kind of really like Tina Burner. In some sense, I like Tina Burner a lot. Rose, I don't know. Rose, she wasn't bad. She's better than Jan. So we'll see what happens with that. Olivia Lux, loved Olivia Lux. I love when the girls that have been doing drag for a short period of time come on the show and just really bloom and blossom. I think Olivia Lux might be like my uh, Heidi in the closet from last season. I don't know. There's a few girls that I feel like are gonna be like little Heidis in the closets, and they're gonna bloom and blossom this season, and I can't wait to see that. Let's see what else. Who else do I like? I like Tina Burner. I think Tina Burner will be fun to watch. She's seasoned, so we'll see what happens with that. And I just really think it's a good episode. I really think that we as LGBTQ people, we can watch these kind of shows, but we should also fight to have inclusion on shows like this, and we should keep pushing RuPaul and the rest of the um, girls and the cast to speak out about having trans representation, not just GotMikk, but like female trans and also cis performers on the show. And let's show a variety. Everybody compete, everybody can have fun, and everybody can be amazing. And we have to just show everybody that that's what it's all about. So I think if we keep pushing in this direction, we're going to see change. People are saying that All Stars season 3 is going to, or 4, whatever we're on, I don't know what All Stars we're on, is going to have Sonique, which is a trans performer. Maybe Peppermint. Oh, love Peppermint. I would love to see Peppermint on All Stars. So you never know what you're going to see, but just know that I'm so excited about this season. I'm hoping to see that drag blooms and blossoms in 2021 and that we see change. We not see change just in what we consume as LGBTQ people, but also as just consuming, you know, better things and pushing the envelope and making it a better world for not just one type of person. But we also should not go out and bash these girls that go on this show because the color of their skin. We need to support these girls who go out and put their personal self on TV, and we should be proud of them and support them and not be evil to them in a tweet or send them nasty, hateful comments. I mean, this year alone, seeing all the nasty comments some girls from RuPaul's Drag Race get is just un unbearable, just horrible. So I want to see change. But I just want to thank you for tuning in this week's episode of Tea Talk 101. I really appreciate you being here. Please leave a comment if you like this. Please feel free that help sponsor the show or support the show. You can send me a tip, anything in my Venmo, go to @Kennidi, Venmo, Kennedy for Cash App. PayPal is Kennedy and Kennedy Trevor, or Trevor Kennedy. I'll put all the information in the description below, but feel free to donate to this anytime to help support uh, this podcast. And of course, maybe we'll be doing something exclusive like a Patreon type thing on my website at kennedymonroe.com where you can get exclusive, uh, hear the episode maybe a few days earlier, or exclusive behind the scenes type thing. So we'll be coming out with new things, but it's 2021. It's time for change. It's time for people to blossom. I know I have a lot of goals in mind of what I want to do in 2021. And I just want to say thank you for following the ride. And of course, if you've followed me on other social media and this is the first time listening to Tea Talk, please subscribe to it. Please tell your friends about it. And please, like I said, leave a comment, rate it wherever you listen to it. You can watch this on my YouTube channel, leave a comment. But I'm gonna put all the fabulous details in the description in this podcast. And just remember, you're loved, you're valid, and you're beautiful. And if you ever want to check out any of my merchandise, head over to Kennidi.store. Kennedy.store has my merchandise with my motto, you're loved, you're valid, and you're beautiful. I got new merch coming out with that specifically right on my site right now. Different styles, different designs, but also some merch with my face on it that you might love and all those beautiful things. But so have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you next Thursday right here on TikTok 101 for Trans Thursdays. And of course, who knows? We'll talk about RuPaul's episode next week. You never know. But we'll also talk about other things. And if there's something you want to hear me talk about on the show, feel free. Feel free to leave a comment, message me, email me, visit my site, all those sort of things, and let me know what you think and what you want to hear. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week.